stream won't be recorded unless you free up space. We're live. Hello. We're out of storage. Whatever that means. Does that mean that like I won't show up again on our channel?
It will. It just won't record it on StreamYard.
Oh, I don't care about that. I was going to delete it anyway. Hello, everybody. Hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I've got my goat, so behave yourselves. How's it going, everybody? Malcolm, KJ, Daniel. Who else here? Shannon, Southern Coin Hunter. Joseph C. Coin Curious. I'm sorry, who?
Iraq veteran.
Iraq veteran. Thank you for your service, my friend. Jimmy Morrow. Hi, Rum. Hi, Rum. How's it going, everybody? Christopher Johnson, Legs. How's it going? We are going to be doing a giveaway at the end of the stream, so you guys hang around. Maybe not at the end, maybe somewhere in the middle. Make sure you're here. Don't leave. Oh my goodness, Farm Dog. I got something in the mail today. I sure did. I don't know why I'm talking like that. Comic Hunter, how's it going, my friend? I got some elongated cents, and well, this one's a 2024 dime, which is awesome. This one's on an Indian head cent. What did I say, 1898?
I think so.
And then I sure did. Thank you so much, Farm Dog, for doing this. He got these at the Missouri Numismatics Society coin show.
Yep.
150th anniversary, it looks like. Thank you so much for doing that.
They're accepting an award this year at the ANA.
They are. I know. I did hear that. Yes. That's awesome. Scott Holiday, how's it going? Coin Curious. Drew Peanuts.
Who's Jack Riley? Is that?
I don't know. Who's Jack Riley?
Because I finally made it to a live stream.
Jack Riley is from Facebook. I know who Jack Riley is. Jack Riley is on the, he's in a couple groups, but I'm glad you're here, Jack. He's a follower of our buddies, Matt and Mike.
Mike, speaking of Mike.
Mike? I know Mike. Hi, Mike Noodle. Oh, crap. Mike, were you going to be on tonight?
Mike, what day is it? Mike.
Mike, do you want me to send you a link? Oh, my gosh, I forgot. Do you want to come up? I can't remember if you
Oh, yeah, we don't have anybody. He should come up.
I can remember. That's right. Mike, do you want to come up and hang out? Because I'd be happy to send you a link. I can't remember if you said that your daughter was going to be. Was that last week? I'm so bad. My memory is like dirty water. Hey, Mike. Oh, yay. Okay. Hang on. Talk amongst yourselves. We're going to have our friend come up. I know I get so excited. Yay. I can't get enough of that guy. Did I copy the link?
While you're doing that, I'm going to show people what I got in my vault box.
Copy. Okay. Okay. Mike, happy.
Turn my stupid filter off.
One moment, please. My internet's, you guys, I have issues.
Okay, so the first one was a 23-piece dollar with some beautiful toning on both sides of the coin, which you don't get that very often on. It's hard to see. I know the lighting's not great, but it's got toning on both sides, like rainbow toning, which is kind of, you don't see that very often. And then a 1919S AU53.
I'm sorry, Mike. Hang on. It's taking me forever. There it is. Sorry.
And then they called this a black core. This should be in a purple core. It's like a $300 coin in a 67 SMS. Very cool.
Yeah, that's a 67, right? And then you have the 1919S that was an A53
Yeah.
Mercury dime. Yeah.
The peace dollar is
Good
my
deal.
favorite. I think I'm keeping it because it does have rainbow toning on it, which you don't see very often on peace dollars.
Good deal. Okay. Highway Star, Ernesto, everybody. I'm so happy to see you guys. Jessica, Dennis. We have some great coins tonight, you guys. We have a lot of coins. We have some great coins. We have completely cleared out the email. Everybody should have gotten their answer unless you sent your thing just real recently today. Brown sugar.
Or you
Hi,
sent
honey.
a mean, nasty email.
Or you sent a nasty one. Then you just got put in the problem people folder. It's okay. There's always that one. I think it's Farm Dog. I think it's Farm Dog. I think he's trolling us.
Oh, God.
I think he's trolling us.
Wow, nice
Okay.
beachside. Very nice. That's a nice one. 32S. Wow. It's a nice coin.
Also got, Beachside also got the 67 SMS half and 32S quarter. Nice. So what is a 3? So
I think is that a XF?
Oh, good. Yeah, I think it's fine.
Fine. Okay.
I think so. I don't know.
Hello.
We have somebody joining us.
What's up?
What's up?
Yay. Mike.
What's everybody?
Mike just turned 83. Can you believe it? He doesn't look a day over 82. 83.
Thank you very much. 83. There's a story to that whole thing. You know it, I think.
That was so funny.
Yeah. Amanda, did you get those coin rolls?
I did yesterday.
Good. Glad to hear that.
Oh, what kind of rolls did you get, Amanda?
55S, 62D, and 61D Lincoln Cent.
Wow.
Nice, freshy reds.
Nice.
Yes.
So,
some content.
What's happening over on the Coin Show podcast? What's new with you guys? Anything?
Well, I've had a lot going on.
I know.
It's we had a death in the family, and I got sick. So, yeah, it's like it happened one day, one the next day, and me getting as sick as I did, it was one of those things where it made me ponder. But no, I'm fine. You know, everything's good. But no, my wife's brother died. He was 69 years old, which is that's still too young.
Yes.
But, it's like we all have our time, and the end of it's the end of it. You don't get to choose.
No, you don't.
So
it's your last day every day.
Yeah.
Seize the day.
Well, I am just glad that you're here and that you're feeling better. That's
Thank you.
for sure. Yeah. And when's you guys are going to a coin show pretty soon, right?
Yeah. So the ANA is going to be August 6th through 10th at the Donald D. Stevens Convention Center. And Matt and I are going to be doing a meet and greet probably Thursday night. And
I'll be there.
Yeah, Adam will be there. It's like I know where he's going to be. He's going to be parked over Matt's table.
Yeah.
That's what he does.
You know it.
He makes money.
I paid the rent over there.
You got to make hay when the sun is shining.
That's right. Well, that's that's our goal for everybody in chat too, that they can eventually be able to do that, and or whatever they decide to do in this hobby.
Yeah, I mean, whatever it is that you love in this hobby, I hope that you get to do, whatever it is that makes you happy in it. For me, I just wanted to share, the knowledge a little bit, and it turned into something a whole lot bigger than that. So, I mean, I'm very happy. I'm very blessed. I'm just grateful.
Yeah, you get to hold some amazing coins, and
I'll tell you what, it's not just coins.
well, that's
So,
true.
Yeah, you saw the Galileo piece, right?
Mm-hmm.
We had a document that was signed by Galileo. This is the kind of stuff that Aaron buys. It's like I never know what I'm going to be handling.
Yeah, that's crazy. Didn't Matt have
Beethoven
something?
Piece. We had.
Didn't Matt have something signed, or a letter or something? Oh gosh, an old letter or something that he had come into his shop not too long ago.
Probably. I mean, we see him from time to time.
That's so much fun.
Like I said, we had Galileo. There was a Beethoven piece. We had an Abe Lincoln letter.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking.
It might have been Matt.
Maybe that's what
it was funny the way it was written, because somebody asked Abe Lincoln for an autograph, and he's like, dear sir, herewith is the autograph which you requested, A. Lincoln. It's like, other than that, P.S. See you at the show.
See you at the show. Oh my gosh. Well, I'm just happy to have you here. We have some really good coins to talk about tonight.
Cool.
And we're going to be giving one of these away. He is completely sold out of these and his third edition of the Mint Errors to Die For. I think that I'm not sure if he's going to be printing, if there's going to be another printing run on these or not, but I'm just happy. We have 2 more copies that will be given away. So, and you guys, you and Matt I need you to send me where I can send Matt's pocket pinger to him too. Unless you want me just to send both of them to you.
Did you get me more than one?
I just got 2.
No, that's fine. It's like, can I buy them any place?
Yeah, you can buy them. Yes, you can buy them.
Where on earth can I buy them? Geez, this sounds like a plug.
So you can buy them. So Farshad, we met Farshad in Tulsa.
Poor guy was so bored.
I know he was. His table was directly across from ours. But I got a pocket pinger from him when he first I guess invented them or started selling them or whatever. He was giving them away to online creators to promote. Mm-hmm. And the one that I got it had some fake coins with it. I have it over there. I'll get it in just a second, but it had some fake coins. He doesn't have those anymore. Let me, so I can,
because it gives you a prolonged ping.
That's I'm going to I have Silver Seekers affiliate link. Let me copy it and then
throw that in the chat.
Yeah, I'll send it to you also, and then I'll throw it in the chat. Paste. So that is Silver Seekers affiliate link for the pocket pinger, and I think you can get it off of his channel in the comments too. But let me go to. Sorry, you guys, I'm getting all squirreled here. But do you want me just to send them both to you, Mike, and then you can take it to the show with you? Might be easier.
I mean, if you got one for Matt, it's like, I'll save you the postage. It's not a big deal. I'll see him.
Okay. I got to turn this down.
I want a couple of them for the shop.
Yeah. Okay.
I figured if I gave a couple of shameless plugs, he might.
I hope he doesn't mind me.
Well, I would hope not. I mean, if he's trying to sell them.
Yeah. So yeah, you guys should get one. Let me go grab mine.
It's called Synergy.
I know.
Hey, Adam, I was over in your living room the other day. You know, I was on StreamYard, and I just happened by. I saw the piano and everything, and I didn't see you, so I didn't stop by.
So this is the pocket pinger I got. He may have made changes to it now, because this was a long time ago. And then
Well, it's
I
not.
got
You have to reinvent the wheel. Wheel 2.0.
This is use at your own risk. But also on that link, you'll find that he also has links to an app that you can use. All kinds of different stuff. But I got a counterfeit Morgan with it. And here's the little pocket pingy stick thingy. I got a counterfeit ASC with it. And then a counterfeit gold. Yeah.
Nice.
So, yeah.
The gold is really something that you don't have to ping.
No, not really. Well, the color you
If
can
it's
just
heavy, it's gold.
Yeah, the color is way off.
Heavy, it's not gold.
So yeah, it was fun though. Farshad had like 6 Morgans, or no, like 9 Morgans out on his table, and I think 2 of them were real, and the rest of them were fake. And I think just about every dealer in the building came over, and nobody got it right.
Wow.
Nobody got it right by just looking at them. Yeah, nobody could pick out the 2 that were counterfeit.
Oh, I will say that it is. You know, there are some really good fakes out there.
Yeah, it's getting harder. It's scary. Yeah. I bet you Jack Young could pick them out.
Yeah, I'll bet you Jack could.
I bet
you. I didn't even think about that. I could have brought the Chinese coin to Jack. He could have checked it for me.
You could have.
You could have, but you already got it. Have you got the results on that yet, or no?
Yeah, no, but it does say encapsulation and imaging, so they would not encapsulate.
They would not have encapsulated it if it was fake. That's a good sign. Nope. Adam got this Chinese coin. His dealer gave it to you, right?
Yeah, he gave it to me. He said, "I think it's fake."
Nice, and it's real.
And it's real. Yeah, it's one of those. I don't know.
It's made in China. How can you know, right?
I was going to say Hunan Gardens, but that's not right.
It's Hupei. I think Hupei.
Yeah,
Hupei.
something. I don't know. Yeah, something.
Hupei,
but there was a guy.
Hey, that's what everybody asks at the table when we go out to eat.
Hupei.
Yeah.
Hupei.
Yeah. Yeah. Whatever. Kung Pao. Anyway. So yeah, it's a pricey one. He had somebody trolling him at the table, wanting to buy it, kept offering him.
Oh yeah.
First he offered him $100.
I believe I remember you hearing this story.
Yeah.
I just couldn't leave you alone about it.
He was
and that's how he
all over the
at
show.
that point he's like, I know it's real.
Stalking.
He was totally stalking him, yeah. So you guys in chat, sorry, I'm got all squirreled and excited for Mike being here, and welcome again. So happy you guys are here.
Thanks for having me.
What?
Thanks for having me.
Hey, thanks for coming. You know you're always invited. Please make sure that if you guys are considering joining the ANA, the American Numismatic Association, that you check the links in the description of our video, because we have the links to that and the links to CONECA, another organization that we encourage you guys to join. Every day they're getting better and better. They're doing a lot of work trying to get it back up and running like it used to be. So yeah, I've been replaced. Shannon's been replaced. Shannon's driving.
Never replaced.
Shannon's on vacation.
Right.
Yeah,
he's on vacation. He doesn't have. Oh, Shannon, I don't know. Should I tell him about our friend, our smoke alarm, or should I wait? Do you want me to wait and you can tell him?
Mike knew they all knew that was happening.
Yeah. Our friend, the smoke alarm, Shannon's little bird buddy, went to live with his mommy. So we won't be. Ida Herring, thanks for being here. You will never be replaced, Ida. We love you. It's so good to see you here. Anyway, should we look at some coins, because we have a lot of coins to go through tonight.
Let's get to the coins.
And if somebody can, I'm gonna put our email QA in the chat, and if oh, that's not it. I'm getting all excited. I gotta settle down. Settle down, Paula. Breathe. That is our email. If somebody can pin that, I don't know if I can.
Usually Sean does all that. He's not here.
Yeah,
Where is
I don't
it?
know if I.
Private chat.
I don't know if I can pin it or not. Private chat. Private chat.
Why not?
Because I'm not signed into.
Oh,
I'm not signed into the Q&A. So, but Amanda, if you could do me a favor and work the slides tonight, because my internet is so laggy, it's really, really difficult. I would appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
So if you guys have any questions, please wait until we're done looking at the coins, unless it's about the coin that we're looking at, because we will pause at the end of each coin and give you guys an opportunity to ask any questions about that coin before we move on to the next one. So, all right, well, welcome to the live coin Q&A for July 22nd, 2024. Hey, Frostbite, how's it going? Mike, you get to read the first email. Actually, this is not an email, I don't believe. I think this is just a discussion piece for us first. So,
well, that would be so fitting, wouldn't it?
it would.
So, a tribute to the first silver dollar from Dennis D. would really like to know why our U.S. Mint does not consider it important to at least try to get a tribute to our first silver dollar, a legitimate silver coin instead of a metal. I'd even pay over the current price gouging levels for a beautiful flowing hair silver dollar coin.
Good question.
Well, I have an opinion on that. I don't think that it's really, that isn't up to the mint. If it, and you can correct me if I'm wrong about that, Mike. They have leeway when it comes to like commemorative metals and things like that. But when it comes to actual coinage, that has to be passed through legislation, right?
Even the commemorative coins are passed through legislation. But
the coins are, but not the metals, because we have the flowing hair metal coming out.
No, you're correct. It's like, yeah, they can pretty much make metals at their discretion. But I think the precious metal content is also subject to review.
Yeah.
But okay, here's my first thought. So why our mint does not consider it important to at least try to get a tribute to our first silver dollar. So I would assume that Dennis is. Oh, hi, Dennis. He's there.
He's there.
Yeah. So I would assume, Dennis, you're discounting the Peace and the Morgan silver dollars that they make. Yeah. And they make them in 999. If you would like, let's see, first silver dollar is the flowing hair.
Yeah, I think he's referring to the one that's coming out this year, the flowing hair metal that's coming out. Why they didn't make that a coin instead of a metal.
Oh, well, that actually is a simpler question. I'm sorry. I didn't quite get that part of it. So the government is limited to 2 commemorative programs a year, and any other coinage, legitimate coinage, has to come through congressional act.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's, as much as I would like to blame the mint for that, their hands are tied, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
But I gotta say,
make a medal, so at least they're showing you that they're interested in you and what you're interested in. And they have from time to time used those really old. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be stepping over you on your own.
No, go.
And from time to time, they have done tributes, like in the first spouse series. You have, the Cent designs that went on to the spouses that didn't have a spouse, right? Like Jefferson and that. So they do from time to time, kind of delve back into the classic designs, and I think that they've been doing it more and more. If you think about it, it's like the Palladium Eagle is the Mercury dime. The Palladium Eagle is the Mercury dime. And you've got a Walking Liberty, and you've got a St. Gaudens. It's like all these old designs are all coming back.
Yeah. Yeah, I was disappointed. I was listening to the CCAC meetings, and you guys can watch those too. That's our Citizens Coinage Advisory Committee from the Mint. You can watch those meetings on YouTube if you go to the U.S. Mint's website. But I was watching them on the redesigns for the semi-quincentennial coinage. I've been kind of keeping up with that, and I gotta say, I'm a little disappointed because I was really, really hoping for a little bit more of the classic designs. Like, I was really hoping that they would actually kind of replicate classic designs. Some of the designs are just off the wall, and it's kind of disappointing to listen to when they talk. Some of them were talking about like that the Phrygian hat was too overdone and we shouldn't do that anymore, and that the arrows and all of the classic stuff that we've done in the past, they want to get rid of that. And I don't know, it's disappointing when you listen to it. So, and the unfortunate thing is, in those meetings they don't have live chat. I wish they would have live chat. I really
5,000 people commenting all at once.
I know.
A fire hose.
The funny thing is, though, Mike, you'd be so surprised if you watch those. They don't get a lot of views. People don't watch them.
Kind of a dry subject.
It is. But if you guys want to, you can always go watch those. Some of the dime designs are kind of cool. I don't know how they're going to work on dimes because they're so busy. But at least they're not, Roosevelt. But
so it's not like the cent and the nickel where they're just kind of putting a little.
No. So the cent and the nickel, they are doing just the dual date.
That was a punt.
That was because they had promised us in the beginning that it was a full obverse and reverse redesign for the semi-quincentennial of all of our circulating coinage.
They should just stop making them.
Well, I wonder if it's not because it already costs them so much money to mint the cents and the nickels that they're like just trying. They don't want to spend any more money that they have to on new dies. But so that there's that. But the dime, the quarter, and the $half will all have full obverse and reverse redesigns for 2026, and then that'll go back. Well, the $half,
what about the Saki dollar?
Those are just going to stay the way they're the Native American program. They'll have their new design for the Native American coins, and I don't know if they're continuing with the presidential dollars. I don't know what they're doing, I don't know what they're doing with the innovation dollars. It's all, it's
but the Sacagawea or the Native American dollar is the current standard dollar coin that we make.
Correct. Yeah.
So
the innovation dollars are just for collectors.
Right. Well, they don't put them in mint sets.
Mm-mm.
If you didn't know about them, you wouldn't know they made them.
Right.
Because you never see them.
No. And I kind of like them.
I like them. I think they're cool. I have a collection of them.
Yeah, I kind of like them.
I sell them all the time on Whatnot, man. They sell like crazy. People love them.
Yeah.
Especially that. Which one was it? It was Pennsylvania. That has the phone dial on it. Or no, Massachusetts.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
They
It
had the
is-
video game
They're
one.
really popular.
They had the one that was Pong.
Yeah. There's a lot.
The
that
video
really
game that was Pong. People couldn't figure out which way it was supposed to be turned.
That's because they weren't around for the original
They
game.
weren't around when they played. Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway,
That was
but
That was like you were the height of technology when you could play Pong on your
oh,
TV.
man.
You know?
I could play that for hours. I will. All right, next question.
So did that answer Dennis's question though?
Dennis, did that answer your question?
Chuckle
If not,
coins are sweet.
all complaints can be forwarded to the Coin Show podcast.
Like at coinshowradio.com. Go for it. Hey, do what you want.
Yes, it did. Okay, good. Okay, Adam, your turn.
1964 Lincoln Cent DDR FS801 from GGM. Hey guys, I wanted to share this 1964 Lincoln Cent DDR FS801 I found long ago.
That's awesome. I think she heard me talking about this being my favorite DDR. This is my absolute favorite Lincoln Cent DDR.
And why is that?
Oh, Mike, look at that S. Look at the S.
Yeah.
States.
I mean,
Both
you
F's.
can see it. It's
Both
like it
F's.
has a serif.
Yes, it does. It's like it has fangs because it's so strong and it's so easily identifiable. And it's a beautiful example. E pluribus unum is all doubled. Yeah, it's a really beautiful DDR. So, and it's on a, copper. So.
No, is that doubling in the memorial?
There is doubling all over that.
Yeah.
Not as strong in the memorial, but
I see a shadow in it. So is that shadowing or is that doubling? Okay.
No, there is doubling there. Yep. There is doubling there. Yeah, it's a really nice one. Yep. Even if you have a hard time seeing DDRs, this is a beautiful one, or double die period. This is a great example of one.
It reminds me a lot of the 30, I think it's 35 Buffalo
36?
nickel.
Oh, the Buffalo nickel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty obvious and you can almost see it with a naked eye.
Yeah. On the 5 cents.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really.
This is kind of similar to the 60 AD.
It is. That's what I was telling you. It's just more extreme than the 68D. Yeah, you can see the little step off, like in the notches. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool, Gigi. Thanks for sharing. Does anybody have any questions about that one? Probably not. We've shown that's a double die that we've shown a few times, and probably will show it anytime it comes into our email box because it's my favorite. Amanda.
1964 D over D over D over D over D Washington quarter from Nana Stacks. Was wondering if this is the WRPM 001. I didn't see it listed on Variety Vista, but the listing on doubledie.com looks almost exactly the same. Any help in identifying this RPM is appreciated. Thank you.
So we put this one in the inbox because it's one that we see, not this one in particular, but on the 64D, we see this frequently. And yeah, almost. That's the trick, right? That's the key, Eric. Yeah, almost. There almost doesn't count in double dies or RPMs. Almost doesn't count. Unfortunately, we have a couple really good pictures that'll show you guys. It's not in RPM. Yes, Joey. Exactly. Ding, ding, ding. Joey wins the prize. This is ejection doubling, aka machine doubling, aka mechanical doubling, aka strike doubling. That's a great picture of it right there. Perfect picture. Step off, it steps, and it takes away from the original size of the device. On the top of the device, you can see that the D is thinner than it should be. So it takes away from the size instead of adding to it. There's no notching. So yeah, unfortunately, this is just that. It's not an RPM. And you will see this. You will see this frequently on quarters and half dollars. So is there any questions about this, you guys? Why this isn't an RPM or? No.
Yeah, that is an awesome picture.
Yeah, great pictures for sure. And this is a great one to hang on to and keep as a reference. You will see, that's true, Shannon. There you will see examples on true RPMs on the quarters that have an RPM and also the ejection doubling with it. So it can be tricky. It can be tricky sometimes. That's a good point. 2017P, penny, die crack, or pre-cut from KJ. Hello all, I have another one I would like to get the panel's thoughts on. Found this 2017P penny while coin roll hunting and noticed the ring on God at the top. Is this just a, huh?
It's a halo.
No. Oh, it's a halo. Is this just a, that's funny. Is this just a die crack or pre-cut? Normal cracks I see are jagged, but this one is smooth and circular. It is raised. I want you guys to keep that in mind. KJ says this is raised. So I don't think it's just damaged, like a scratch or something. I looked at cuts on coins and they have nothing listed on this position for 2017P pennies. Thanks. So I have done a lot of thinking about this. And I thought I knew what it was, but I can't get my head wrapped around the fact that KJ says it's raised.
I think I know what it is.
I think, well, my initial thought was that go ahead, Mike, say what you think it is.
Well, no, go ahead, and then I'll tell you, I'll give you my opinion.
So my initial thought was that this was a rim burr or a rolling fold. You can see it a little bit on that rim. And it really looks like a rolling fold to me.
It is raised.
It is raised, and that's where I'm getting confused.
Right. And because it is raised, that says to me that this is struck through.
A struck through would be incuse.
Not necessarily.
That's what a struck through, that's what it is.
Oh, yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah, struck through would be, because that was also one of my possibilities.
Because that's what it looks like.
That was also another possibility. But see those little demarcations on the rim at the ends of each point? There's like a little, I got to get over here, like a little square on this side. Yeah, you can see. Well, that's what you get with a rolling fold. And then also there's a little demarcation at the top of the anomaly. You've got the whole thing. Well, there's demarcation there. That's exactly what a rolling fold would look like. So I'm going to pull one up for you guys and show you what I'm talking about, because I'm having a really hard time thinking that this is not that.
I still think struck through, and if it
Okay.
has to be okay that it's raised, then
Yeah.
it is retaining whatever it is struck through. So the debris is still there.
I'm going to share this picture with you. No, it's not retained.
Okay.
It's not a struck in. I know what you're saying.
Sure. No, what I'm saying makes sense. It may not be right. I mean, to be honest with you, this is why I defer to you guys so much, is because varieties are not really my thing. I'm okay at it, but they're definitely not my thing.
So I'm going to share this. Amanda, if you could add that. So this is a rolling fold. It's a type of rim burr. And you can see on the rim, I hate it that they put the holder. They always do that. They put it right in the wrong place. The little, what do you call those?
That's very common. Very common.
I know. They do it on clips all the time. But see on the rim there, you can see that.
Well, what I see though is weakness in the letters above it that I don't see on the Lincoln Cent.
I don't know what you mean by weakness above.
So look at E and E pluribus. The bottom of it is fairly strong. The top of it is not.
Well, I think that it's hard to see because of the shadow of the holder.
Could be.
Maybe. Because the L and the P look strong. So I'm gonna swap it out for the other one again. Let me stop sharing this. Yeah.
Because the O and the D are strong.
Yeah, I don't think that.
I don't know. I really don't know.
Well, I really think I'm having a hard time getting over. I really think
for it to be raised, it had to have been on the hub.
So I think that the areas on the rim is what's got me. Okay, the areas on the rim and that little demarcation on the top of the anomaly I mean, yeah, I can't think of anything else that it would be. I imagine that a rolling fold possibly could still, it depends on how big it is, could leave part of the extra metal raised on the coin. I suppose that's possible. But yeah, I think that's what it is.
It looks obtuse to me.
Obtuse.
Why are you being obtuse?
It's not obtuse. It's not a tumor. Yeah, so that is the best. See, now you can really see it on the rim there. That's where it's got me pretty convinced that this is a rim burr. And I think maybe it just didn't get struck all the way in to the coin, so it left part of it raised on the coin, that metal. Because that's what a rim burr is. It's just what happens is when the blanking die has a chip on it, that blanking die has a chip in it. So when it blanks out that disc of metal, when that goes through the upsetting mill, it folds that piece of metal over onto the planchet. And then when it gets struck into it like that. So
okay, so we do kind of agree because
about a struck through.
That basically says that what I'm saying is that it's something that was struck and retained. So I think that makes perfect sense.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
I would say rim burr.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a rim burr.
I'm good with that.
All I can think of is that it just didn't get all the way struck in, and so that's why you're feeling it raised, or it looks raised on it. Sometimes the microscope can show rays when it's in use. Yeah, Gigi, that's exactly right. It's always best when you have things like this to look at them through a loop, not through a microscope. A microscope causes too much distortion. It causes too much glare. There's too much glare. Oh, there's the
Too much
dog.
magnification is a dangerous thing.
Yeah.
I think Adam went to shoot them.
It's not my dog.
It's easier to shoot them.
Sorry. If it's not the kids, it's the dogs. Did you guys see me screaming at them? It's a good thing that I muted myself. I would have blown your ears out. Your turn, Mike. So anyway, I hope that clears it up. I would just mark that. I would just mark that as a rim burr and be good with it. So
is this written in invisible ink?
No. That's
okay.
it.
I'm not sure.
It's written in Braille.
Yeah, there's something. Is there a second slide?
No, there's slides. Yeah, you just got to read it.
Paracoin. I'm not sure. From Greg A.
There you go. I heard a screeching sound. That's my dogs. Not my dogs, my son's dogs. Yeah, this is a cool little one. I'm pretty sure this is just a defective planchet. Could be a struck through, I suppose, but I think it's a defective planchet because there's an area that runs. It looks like it's running underneath the 2, and the 2 is not affected. So I think that defect was there before that was struck.
Yeah. And it being so close to the very center of the coin lends to the fact that it probably didn't strike out.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a cool little one. We're used to seeing these with like the feeder finger scrapes and the grease. But yeah, I don't think it's dye grease because the 2 is fully struck. So I think that was on the die before it was struck. Yeah.
But it could be, yeah. But it also could be struck through it. But I doubt that. I really do.
Yeah, it could be. You just have to. It doesn't have that appearance.
Yeah.
And you can see almost where the metal flows kind of into that defect, the bigger defect. Which makes me think that
waterfalls. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Jonathan Smelko, how's it going? Spooter Doggy, how's it going? Planchet error. Yeah, planchet error. This falls under the P in PDS, planchet die strike. Cool. Frank is a little nuts. We love him, though. He wrote us a really great song. So, okay, next slide.
Yay. 1921 Morgan delamination. From Faith in the Blood. Greetings. I have another for you to look at. This was in a bunch of other junk silver that was part of a barter. It looks like there was a missing piece of the coin when it was minted. On the offers, it is missing a star, and it is a little sunk in. I'm looking forward to hearing what your thoughts are. Thank you in advance. God bless.
God bless you too. Yeah, keep that right by the chin. See how it goes out from the chin to the rim? That weakness area, the missing star.
Is that a clip?
No.
Oh, yeah, delamination.
Yeah.
That is a delamination.
Yep.
Wow, very nice.
Not super uncommon to see on silver coins, because on any alloy coin, but it's cool nonetheless.
Especially on a Morgan dollar.
Yeah. Very cool. See those striations? Yeah, very cool.
Very nice.
Any questions? On these, you can, on laminations, one of the best ways to tell if something is a lamination or delamination is actually the more technically correct term, Michael Kittle, is it looks like a peeling cuticle. Like when your cuticles peel on your fingers, has that kind of jagged edge to it. It looks like a peeling cuticle. The eagle is firing his antimatter ray.
Shh. It's a state secret.
It's a heat-seeking missile. Good night, Chris. Thanks for coming. You should stay. We're giving one of these away.
Yeah.
Does that make the Morgan very valuable? So it could add some value to somebody who likes these types of errors. It could reduce the value to somebody that doesn't like these types of errors, that wants their Morgan dollars pristine. So it could go either way.
It really, in my opinion, it kind of hinges on, does it look interesting?
Yeah. Eye appeal. Eye appeal is a big deal for error coin collectors. It is a big deal. And I guess maybe I should speak for myself, but I've heard other error collectors talk about this too. Even with graded examples, we're not even so concerned about whether the error is comes back details, or what the grade of the error is, as much as the eye appeal of the error and the type of error. And really, we prefer them raw.
Shannon asked, so it curved around to the front of the coin as well?
No, so
can you show the front of the coin again, Amanda?
So laminations are a contaminant in the alloy. That's what causes them. So I think that this one started to like peel away before the coin was struck, and then the strike, because the rim is weak,
because there wasn't enough pressure to strike
because there wasn't enough opposing pressure. It caused it to be weak on the other side. So
I would tend to agree with that because of the strength of the feathers in the center of the lamination.
That's what made me think, minor clip or something, because you see that on clips too.
But there's no Blakesley effect.
No.
Well, so Blakesley effect is really restricted to clips.
Well, no, Adam asked. He thought it might be a clip.
It's not always going to have Blakesley effect, though, either. There are sometimes you have coins that do not have that.
Yeah, and larger clips, especially, don't always show a Blakesley effect. But that is one of the diagnostics for true, authentic clipped coins, is the Blakesley effect. And that's just like the clips here, and over on the opposite side, there'll be weakness on the rim, because when it went through that upsetting mill, it didn't have that opposing pressure. So you get a weakness.
So in this particular case, if I am correct, it is the missing part of the lamination is thicker the closer it gets to the rim. So it goes from thinner to thick, and the more missing metal there is what gives you the virtually weakness or lack of strike on the Ian, D, and United, and on the star on the other side. But because it kind of tapers up, that's why you have the full strike in the wing.
Yeah.
Because the lamination came off before it was struck.
Yep.
And I think the missing star is evidence of that.
Yeah. Much like with CUD die breaks, large die breaks, you get on the opposite side, the opposing side, you get weakness because the metal had to go somewhere, and it flowed into the die break on the die. In this case, there just wasn't enough opposing pressure on the planchet to strike it up completely. Does that make sense? Yeah, I think Mike explained it better than I did, but yeah.
I think we said the same thing.
Yeah.
Shannon asked, "What do you think, Amanda?"
Don't put her on the spot.
She's paid by the word, bud.
That's right. I wish we all were. I'd be a millionaire.
Well,
Amanda's really a ventriloquist. She's really talking. I'm just moving my lips.
I think she subscribes to the Mark Twain theory of it's better to be thought a fool than to open up your mouth and remove all doubt.
That's right.
I mean, that's what I do all day long. And I make myself look stupid.
That's why we're friends.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. I know, Joey. You can comment, Joey K. You can't, nothing you can say that I haven't already said about myself. I am my biggest critic.
Good night, Scott.
Good night, Scott. Oh, they're dropping like flies. By Scott.
Yeah, apparently they don't need that Henning Nickel book.
I guess not. They must not need the Henning Nickel book. And did I mention it's signed?
I have not received mine yet. I am
Signed. You haven't.
actually maybe I did receive it.
You had to have
I
received
think I did. Yeah.
You just want to know.
Good book.
It is a good
Oh
book.
no. Yeah, although I'm never turning down free books.
Hey, have you read any of his Mint Errors to Die For books?
Don't think so.
You're missing out.
Okay. We'll have to check that out.
Well, they're sold out, but I could loan you mine. One of mine.
Let me see what I can find. I'm pretty resourceful.
You might find it on eBay.
Well, I mean, if you look at this back here, it's like
I know.
there's a lot of books there.
We have the same issue, except that you got yours for a lot of yours free because you know people.
Look, you've got a platform.
I do.
All you have to do is use it.
I know. Yes, it is most excellent. The signature is a counterfeit. Yeah, I signed it. You caught me.
How would anybody know? That is the question.
How would
Shannon
they know?
just paid $10 to see Amanda smile again?
Well, Joe,
And there you go. She's trying not to. She's certainly trying not to.
Can't help herself. She's going to turn her camera off. We better be careful. Okay, Amanda, your turn.
why do you all get the easy ones?
2024 Lincoln Cent doubled ear from the Cent Facebook group.
Oh yes, I think I put this one.
This is a new one, you guys. So this really is a new one, as opposed to the 2019 nickel. This really is a new one. This is a new discovery, 2024.
DDR?
It's a DDO.
DDO, double ear.
It's a double ear. See that?
I do see that, but I want to see the reverse.
Why?
Because
there are a lot of DDRs on those Shield Cents. They're nice though.
Yeah, I thought I saw one.
Yep, this is from Farm Dog, I believe.
Yep.
You said he showed didn't we see this one in Tulsa? I can't remember. Is this the one you showed me in Tulsa?
No. That was on a quarter.
Well, that was on a quarter. Okay,
yeah.
That's right.
Can I see that first picture again, Amanda?
Yes.
Look at the O in one. Look inside.
That may be just the lighting. It could be just the lighting. I'm not sure.
Okay.
It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell.
It really
I see what
is.
you're saying now. Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't seem to have a spread though anyway, but I kind of saw it.
Those are so shield scents are so hard to look at and photograph. They're really, really hard to photograph.
Yeah, that's
We did-
not Farm Dog's coin. That is somebody else's coin, but he was the one that found it off the Facebook group, so we could show you.
okay.
I like this shield reverse infinitely better than the memorial.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I do too. John Hannah, thank you so much for the super chat. Tip to see Amanda almost smile again.
Oh, see, you're getting the real thing. You got the whole thing right there.
Listen, I shared a room with her in Tulsa. She's not that quiet. Don't let her fool you. And she talks behind every single one of your guys' backs.
She's not denying
it. She dropped a PB&J on her foot and told everybody she jammed her toe. That's funny, Frostbite. He likes those funny dad jokes.
Whoa.
Amanda is hilarious. She is one of the funniest people I have ever met in my life. She really is funny.
I'll have to take your word for that. I've never heard evidence of it.
She really is. Someday you will. Someday you will. Someday we'll get to one of the bigger shows.
Someday, maybe Baltimore, maybe, you never know.
We are hoping to.
Easier.
We met someone from the ANA in Tulsa, and he came over and introduced himself and asked, if we advertised or anything, if he had never heard of us. And well, he did on the bus or on the car ride to the show, but that's another story. But so we would like to, it would be ideal for us to start doing something with the ANA or with, somehow maybe doing some money talks. He asked about that too. He said, well, would you guys be interested in doing some money talks or something? So I need to get together with them and figure that out. It would be really nice if we could get to one of the ANA shows, at least do one a year. As the group.
I will tell you that it has been my experience that the ANA is very happy to have YouTubers, broadcast people like us, media creators, content creators there, and they will go out of their way to help you. So you could do, we've done our show several times from the ANA. We've done Q&A sessions. You could do, like a live coin Q&A as a money talk.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about, because right now we can, with our, our budget, we really can only go to one show a year. And in the past, it's been the Tulsa show. But we're trying to figure out how we can get to an ANA show. I think that's going to, because I really think that social media is the way this hobby is going. It's becoming more and more of a part of it. And if these shows don't get with the program, they're missing out. They really are, because it is a fantastic way to promote the hobby and so they need to get with the program.
What you should do, and I'm being very serious with this, what you do is you contact somebody at ANA Marketing. Okay.
I got their card.
Okay. So contact somebody at ANA Marketing and you tell them that you would like to interview Jeff Garrett. Okay. Or Mary Jo, or one of the governors like Shanna Schmidt. Get somebody like that and then have them on a show like Money Talk and just pummel them with Q&A. And you can do it at the ANA at, and you'll be doing it
Mhm.
pretty much on their dime. They will help you
Yeah.
put it up, everything.
Yeah, we're working on it. We'll that's a great idea though. I will call them
This
and
is Amanda's
contact
way of
them about
pushing
doing
things along.
it. It is, I know. Okay. Is there also doubling by the UNN on there?
I
By
don't
the
see it. I think it is
I
really
think
more
that's
lighting.
Blair.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think that's Blair.
it is.
I trust that if it was in one of the Facebook groups and Farm Dog saw it, it probably was already picked apart and looked at real close. So I doubt that there's any other doubling on it. Yeah. So yeah, Charles Morgan.
Joey says the shape of the double deer doesn't look similar to the ear. Well, it does if you rotate it just slightly.
Yeah, it does to me. It reminds me a lot of the 2019, Adam?
2018
Denver.
Denver.
2018.
2018 Denver. Yeah.
The 2018 Denvers, yeah. Thanks, Jessica Leanne, for the thumbs up. Appreciate it. Corn
People
Dragon.
should-
Corn Dragon.
They should
Okay.
like it, subscribe.
Make sure you guys are subscribed. That would be awesome. And go subscribe to the Coin Show podcast too. And to the Ancient Coin Show podcast.
No, it's the Ancient Coin Podcast.
the Ancient Coin podcast.
The Ancient Coin Podcast. It's with Aaron Burke.
Aaron Burke. I called him Russ Baker yesterday.
So Aaron Burke and I do a show on ancient coins, and it's really starting to get some traction.
Yeah, I think ancient coins seem to be picking up. We've gotten quite a few questions.
A very, very fervent audience.
Yeah, and they're smart. I'm not smart enough.
Well,
I don't want to. Really, the truth is, I just don't want to go down that rabbit hole. I know how I am, and I would never get any sleep. So
I feel your pain.
Oh yeah, I bet you do.
The whole idea, and not to hijack things, but the whole idea behind the Ancient Coin Podcast was I know nothing about ancient coins. And it was about a year and a half ago that Aaron and I started it. And basically it's you can learn about ancient coins as he teaches me. So you go back, you start at the beginning, and you'll start with me, and you can learn ancient coins just by listening to Aaron Burke. And, there are good for you, Dopey Tripod. Thank you for hitting like.
Yeah, he's a pretty smart guy.
Yeah.
And
he's
very down to earth.
A lot.
He's very down to earth. He seems very approachable. He seems very down to earth and funny.
One of the most approachable people you'll ever meet.
Yeah, he strikes me that way.
Super humble.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
2015 Shield Cent DDO001 from KJ. Hello, Penna. Found this one last week in a Brinks wrapped box. Believe it is the DDO001. And looked a little fuller, bigger on the date than the first one shown on Variety Vista. Ended up scrolling down and saw stage C. Has the same die chip that mine has on the reverse, the top of the shield. Do you all agree that this is the correct one? Thanks for your time and thoughts. I have not seen this one yet. I can already tell that this is a DDO. Oh, yeah. Super fat. Yep. Notching and the bottoms.
The Y especially.
Mm-hmm.
That is definitely a DDO.
Yeah.
That was a DDO 001.
The funny thing is, the date should show it. I could see the date right off the bat. It is DDO 001. I can tell already.
There you go.
Now, as far as stage, I don't know. Markers, I don't know. But
when I looked, it looked like stage C.
Stage C, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is huge.
What
Look
is
at that
stage
cat
C,
eye
Amanda?
in the zip. You want to explain stages, Amanda?
Not really.
Would you?
I was
Staging is
trying
just
to pull up a link.
Okay.
oh, where you staging is just so it's all the same double die on the die. It's just the different die stage. They have different markers for the different die stages. So a lot of the sites, well, Variety Vista
Are
and
you talking
Webster
about
will,
stages of deterioration?
yes.
Okay.
The life, yeah, the life cycle of the die
Okay.
stage. So state and stage is wear and tear. State is wear, stage is tear. So they will list the stages because you won't always have the same die markers depending on what stage your die is. So when you're going to attribute your variety, a lot of times you will look at one stage and you'll go, well, mine doesn't have those die markers, so it must not be that. But if they list multiple, then you're able to go, oh, okay, it's not, it's the same double die, but it's stage C because mine has these die markers that match that stage of the die. Does that make sense? Like it'll have a die chip that wasn't there in the beginning of the die's life.
Sure.
So if they only list stage A and it doesn't have that
It's kind
die
of like
chip,
the three-legged buffalo because they're all one die, and because of that, there's certain markers on it. There's the
right?
piece, there's the moth-eaten leg, there's the weakness in E pluribus unum. All those things are because the die is just fatigued. It's done. They should
Yeah,
have
rusty.
a long time before that.
Yeah. Yep. So it gives people more of an opportunity to match their variety with that die and go, okay, I see it. Stage A didn't have the die chip. Mine has the die chip, but stage C has the die chip. So it is definitely that die. So yeah, it is a great DDO. These
And how many stages are there?
Z. There's A to Z.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
you cannot list every single stage of a die because it goes from the beginning of the die's life to the end of the die's life.
Well, Amanda
So
was saying that this was stage C, so
yeah.
I was
So
thinking that it would be a much shorter list.
they can only list the ones that they have examples of. So what happens is they'll get a new variety and they'll go, okay, this is stage A, right? And they'll list it. And then someone else will send another example of the same double die, but it has different die markers, or it has the same but an additional die marker. So they'll list it as a different stage, and so on and so on and so on.
Sure.
But they can only list the stages that they have examples
So
of.
it's not like a standard stage. It is truly dependent on each DDO as to how many stages they have.
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
It depends on the die. Yeah, and what they have examples of, really. They may have only got one example, or they've gotten 3 examples and they've all been the same stage, so they can't list multiple stages. They can only list the one stage that they've got. So yeah, I hope that makes sense to you guys.
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense.
Okay. That's a great double die, though. And when they started going to the single squeeze with the dies, or supposedly,
yeah, I was going to say, how does this happen on a single squeeze?
Right. Everybody was like, oh, well, there goes any of the really good double dies. But then things like this show up and you go, well, that blows that out of the water. Obviously, they're not doing just single squeeze.
Yeah, I talked to Chuck about that. He said that he thought that they had gone back on that and they started doing dies the other way again, like they were doing before the single squeeze method came up.
Yeah, I think that they probably just weren't getting, they weren't getting the strikes or whatever, the hubbing wasn't strong enough.
Yeah.
So they had to do multiple hubbings.
It just multiple impressions. You have to make sure that your dies have enough, relief. They just have to.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so they had asked about the die chip on the back. As far as if it's a DDO,
That's a marker.
typically the reverse will not matter unless there is only one known reverse for this double die.
Well, so it's a die pairing, much like VAMs. They will list that the reverse matters as far as die markers, but they will also list if a reverse die has been changed out.
Yep.
They will list. So
because it will be important as to, this reverse being used with a normal obverse die.
So what'll happen is that they'll notice that they've got all these examples of this DDO, right? This double die obverse. And that die is wearing out. So it's getting like this die, the die chip in it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. But then all of a sudden, the die chip on the reverse die that used to be a marker is now gone. But the obverse, all of the die markers on the obverse have stayed the same. So they know that at some point that reverse die was changed out. So, yeah. But they usually will list that when a reverse die has been changed out, or versa versa, when an obverse die has been changed out. Versa versa.
That's Latin.
Yeah.
Sounds like she said beer, cerveza.
Yeah, I could use one. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay.
Whose turn is it? Is it mine?
Yep. No, it's Mike. No, it's Mike.
Mike's turn.
Mike.
Mike. What day is it? 1983 Lincoln Cent DDR FS101 from GGM. Hey guys, this is my 1983 Lincoln Cent that I mentioned during the last show that I found recently.
Oh yeah.
Love this.
I know. Stop it. This is a very tough variety to find. You'll see. Wait for it.
Oh, yeah.
There it is. So this is a doubled ear. And it looks like a V at the bottom of the ear.
It's got a geloid.
It's got a keloid. Oh my gosh, there go my dogs again. Anybody want a dog or two? This is a really... You don't have that one, Frank?
I don't have that one.
This is a tough one. Like the 88. This is a tough one, this double deer. Yeah. Excellent find. Excellent find, Gigi. Congratulations.
Probably a red brown. Red brown, yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty.
Wow.
Ish.
MS63 red brown sold for $900 on Heritage.
Yeah. It's a tough one.
I think I'd see this one more as a brown. They're starting to get really hard on them.
Yeah. It's a tough one. It's pretty.
It is.
So. Holy smokes. You're not
I know the scratch. It's unfortunate that the scratch is where it's at.
What'd you say?
It is pretty distracting.
There are not very many at all. I mean, it is
my eye goes right to that scratch, and that's unfortunate. But
yeah.
But it also goes right to that doubled ear. Next.
Now, if you ask me, this would be one I would grade. Definitely.
I probably would send this in too. Just and not.
But where are you going to send it?
I would send it to Andy.
Or
But
With
Adam
that
likes.
value, I would do PCGS, or CAC. But
See, I don't know if CAC or PCGS would grade it.
Oh yes.
Do you think so?
Oh, it's a cherry pickers variety.
Well, I know that. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the scratch.
Oh, the
In a
scratch.
higher grade,
they will downgrade it.
Graded.
They would downgrade it, but I think they would still.
They may also bag it, in which case I would say send it to Annex. Annex is going to give you the attribution, and that's really all that matters with this coin.
Well, all I remember is that 62 proof. Remember that 62 proof I found? They downgraded it because of the scratch. Remember?
Oh,
but
right.
They did grade it. So
yeah,
it's just kind of one of those things. It's a scarce.
I think it's hit or miss.
Here's the thing. It's a scarce variety. More than likely, they will overlook the scratch and attribute and give it a grade. More than likely, to be honest.
I think that even if they don't give it, I think that they may just give it a details, but I still think that they would slap it.
Yeah. Oh, they would still definitely slap it.
Yeah. But I'm a fan of Annex, so I just am, not only because I'm cheap that way and I want to preserve any profit I may get, but I understand there's also profit in with PCGS and CAC grading and NGC too. Just those tend to bring more money than Annex, but I'm a fan of Annex. I just am. With varieties and errors, especially. So, yeah, that's it. But that one, I definitely would get it in it just to have the attribution on it, because it's a little difficult for most people to see if they don't know what they're looking at. It's not like
it's also a zinc.
Yeah, and it's copper plated zinc, and so yeah. But all right, I think, is this one yours, Adam?
Yes. 2000D Lincoln Memorial Cent from Justin B. Hi, guys. I found this 2000D Memorial Cent the other night while hunting a good penny box. The reverse appears to have a double roof on the top of the last two bays and very strong double pillar on the right side of bay 2. Please let me know if I should have it attributed. Please discuss it on your stream. I would like to hear everyone's opinion. P.S. Guys and gals rock. Guys.
Yeah, I put this one up just for discussion because I think I'm not really sure what he is. Justin, if you're there, speak up, buddy. I'm not exactly sure what he is looking at on the right-hand side, but I think on the left-hand side between bays 1 and 2, I think he thinks it looks similar to is it the 94?
Mm-hmm.
The 94 DDR, yeah, that has the extra column in like bay 9. Bay 9, right? Anyway, so I think that's what he's looking at in bays 1 and 2. But when I look at the first thing I see is the outside of the memorial and the dye deterioration, and it all kind of falls in line. Like it just looks like dye deterioration to me. So, but I'll let you guys chime in and see what. Now on this, I don't know what he's looking at. I think he's looking at, because they're kind of thin there, and that just looks more like dye wear or maybe even dye abrasion that caused those to be missing those sections. I think that's what he's looking at, because he said the tops of the pillars.
I think that if you look at the tops of the pillars, what he's referring to is, I think it looks to me more like luster than anything else.
You're talking about that area that goes like this?
That's what he's referring to.
Okay, yeah, because that's not doubling, if that's what he's referring to. But hey, Justin, we're talking about you. Were your ears burning? Is that what you're talking about, or are you talking about where there's are you talking about where there's a missing section on the horizontal things? Because I think that's more dye wear than
and strike
anything.
in general.
But let's go to the other side for the horizontal pedestal parts. Is that, yeah, that's normal. The straight bar. Okay, yeah. That's die wear, if anything. But this is what I think he's seeing. See in bays 1 and 2? And if you look at the outside, see how there's that dye deterioration there on the outside of the memorial? I think that's all, it all falls in line.
Right. It has the same offset from the pillar there as the mark on bay 2.
Yeah. So because I did spend a lot of time looking at this, I'm like, I want it to be a double die. I want it to be similar to that 94, but it just doesn't have the relief. And so I think it's more die wear. And then if you look at the overall, yeah, that's what I looked at too, Frank, but there's other pictures and there's just not the relief there. And if you look at the overall reverse of the coin, there's a lot of die wear going on. So I'm having a hard time getting past that. And I would expect it to be more in bay 1, but they do have a shadow pillar in the design. You're correct, Atog, but not to this extreme. So I think that it's more, it's not a scratch. That's not a scratch.
But we all see what he's talking about.
Well, so Justin, yeah, we do see what you're talking about. I just can't get past like my gut telling me that that's die wear. But here's the deal. You've got the coin in your hand. You know, you're not a beginner. You know what you're looking at. You know what you follow your instincts. And if you really feel like it's something, then shoot a picture over to the Kaneka forum or send the coin into Wiles and have it looked at in hand. That's my best suggestion, because we can only look at pictures and give you our best assessment through the photos. But if you really feel like it's something, I don't. I think it's more die wear issue.
Wow.
What?
Oh, my computer is freezing up, so I'm going to restart it. I'll be right back.
Yeah, Frank, see what I mean? Like the different pictures show a different thing. And I really looked at this hard last night for a long time. And my gut's telling me that it's just die wear. But if you feel like it's something that I can't get past, you are a better judge because you have the coin in your hand. And I do not want something passed over that may be something. I would not. Yeah, Malcolm, I think so too. But I would not.
I think you're right.
I can't give you a definitive answer, so I'm not going to try. I'm not going to try to give you a definitive answer.
Do you have an opinion, Amanda?
I'm going to let you. I think that her and I talked about it last night too.
Yeah, I think the same thing.
What, that it's deterioration doubling?
Yeah.
But I'm going to let you be the judge on that, Justin. If you really feel like it's something, it can't hurt to spend a few bucks and send it to Wiles and have him look at it in hand. Yeah, but I can just give you my best guess on this one, and let you be the judge, because you know how we are. We don't like to give people definitive answers if we don't know. And if there's any chance that it could be something, I don't want you to pass that opportunity up. So you be the judge. It's your coin. You've got it in hand. So, yeah. Are there any other pictures?
Not that we haven't already looked at.
Okay. I'm sure he has, Papa Giorgio. Justin's been around the block a few times. So I'm sure he's probably compared it to others. He's looked at lots and lots of coins. He's not new at this, but you know, all of us find things that we want other eyes on. All of us do. Adam does that all the time. He cherry picks stuff, but he is constantly going, "What do you guys think? Am I seeing what I think I'm seeing?" So, yeah.
Confirmation never hurts.
It never hurt. It's smart. I think it's smart to do that. And when we own a coin, we always want it to be something. So it's best to get an impartial, an objective viewpoint. So Adam's back.
Bam.
We were talking about him, so he had to come back up. Okay.
Yeah, Amanda gave us this dissertation on DDOs. It was great. You missed it.
That's right. And Justin, I hope, I'm sure you got my other answer on your other email about your dime. If you have any other questions, though, shoot an email over. And that's true, Justin. The more eyes, the better, for sure. And this kind of discussion, we like this. This is good for us to have, and it's good. This example was a good teaching opportunity and a good way for you guys to see kind of how we do our emails. When we do our email get-togethers and we answer your guys' emails, a lot of times this is discussion back and forth that we have with each other. So, whose turn is it?
Mine, unfortunately.
This is a great discussion too.
Yeah, and it's really long because there's like 3 slides.
Yeah, Mike will probably like to chime in on this one too.
Oh, no, I'm going to let Amanda handle this one. It's great.
Okay.
2024 Morgan/Peace subscriptions canceled from Dennis D. Thought this reply from Paul Gilks of Coin World should be discussed. He would like people who canceled subscriptions to email him. And then this was the reply he got back. Dennis comes across as a bait and switch, accepting orders at one price and then hiking them 2 days before public sale. But the advertising suggests the pricing could change at any time, which they do to cover themselves. I've queried the Mint on the number of canceled subscriptions for both coins. If you are able, if some of your friends you know who canceled wouldn't mind, could they email me directly their comments on when they canceled, why, and how many coins they were seeking through subscription? I can use names but no addresses. And then that's his email addresses.
Yeah, so we are going to put this in our description. I'm going to put it in our Facebook group too. So if you guys could kind of spread the word around that he is looking for people to let him know if they canceled their subscription because of the price changes.
I did.
How much did it change? How much did it go up?
Quite a bit.
A lot, yeah.
Blue Ridge did a video on it probably a couple weeks ago. If you want to go back and check it out and talk about it.
I'll take a look.
Yeah, so maybe you and Matt could talk about that too on Saturday.
I mean, just another rail about how the U.S. Mint is gouging people for coins, particularly silver coins.
Yeah, but if he's
over $30 an ounce, we're selling these coins that are less than an ounce for $90 a piece. You know, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah,
and they say it's silver supply is low. That's their reasoning behind it. I'm like, makes no damn sense to me.
But if Paul is doing an inquiry about this, maybe we can get something changed. You know, so it wouldn't hurt.
I wouldn't count on that.
I wouldn't count on it either.
The Mint is, I think they're deaf to this because
That's unfortunate.
when they took the price of silver proof sets to
Oh.
over $100,
I got one this year. I forgot to cancel my and when I got my thing, I'm like,
just
what
send it
in
back.
the world? I should. I know.
It's
What
easy
in the
enough.
world is
Look,
going on?
the USPN is good for that. Send it back.
I did cancel most of my subscriptions on stuff. I kept my Unk sets because I always get 2 because I give away 1 on the channel. But I canceled everything else. I canceled all my Morgans.
Yeah, I mean,
even
is it bait and switch? In my opinion, no, because they have very clearly outlined the details of what the prices are, when they increase, and why they increase. So it happened to kick in, and the timing makes them look really bad.
It does make it look really bad.
So I would say that there should be some sort of goodwill coming, the way of people that actually stuck with it and bought them. But I think that that's gonna hit a big, I might as well just scream it into the wind, is what I'm saying.
If they were smart, they'd give them some kind of credit.
Yeah, I don't know. We had the mint director on our show.
Yeah, I remember.
And people, it's like I just asked direct questions, and people were like, "Well, man, you went after." It's like I really didn't. But I also asked very direct questions, and it was like, well, things at the U.S. Mint at the time were not going real well. What do you want me to do? It's like,
well,
yeah, you guys had her on right when
Chicago. So maybe talk to her. She'll be in Chicago probably. You can talk to her again.
She will be there, and I'll go talk to her again, and she'll, she'll be very nice like she was. And, it's like, she'll be like, talk to my people. And then you'll talk to her people, and her people will be like, no, she doesn't do that.
Yeah.
I mean,
I hope that if somebody that talks to her tells her my idea for the 2026 circulating coins, that they should at least do one denomination that has a privy mark on it and do another Great American Coin Hunt like they did with the W quarters and just put a couple million out in circulation and do a few dies with that privy on whatever, on the nickel. I don't care what you do it on the cent, and do something that, because that brought more people into the hobby than anything they have done in who knows how many years. But those W quarters, and it was fun, and people were doing it with their kids, and it was bringing kids into the hobby. I mean, people are still looking for those and getting excited when they find those W quarters. It's crazy. Because I know that they talked about doing the Liberty Bell privy on the cent and the nickel. They talked about that. They threw it out the window. They decided not to do it. They should do it on like a couple million coins, the Liberty Bell privy, and let people find them.
Or why don't you letter the edge?
Something.
I mean, to run it through a machine that just letters the edge doesn't even damage the coin.
But they would that would cost a lot of money for them to make those lettered edge dies up for. I mean, because
I don't think so.
Unless they did them on the Native American dollars or something, and nobody hunts for those really. But I mean, they only use those machines for the Native American and like the presidential dollar coins. They don't use those for
at Central States. The U.S. Mint had a table, and they had several different presses and different upsetting machines and things like that. And they would take a Jefferson nickel and run it through this thing in about half a second, 2 seconds, and it came out with a lettered edge and did no damage to the coin. That's what I'm saying, is they could do something like that.
They could do something like that.
You just do it to
the problem with that. The problem with that. The problem with that is that we would see the same thing as we do with the dimes and the quarters with the reading worn off, is when they get stuck in the rotational devices, it wears that off. I'd be afraid that it would be really easy to wear that, wear that
Well, you
letter
would have to
edge.
do it on pennies and nickels. That's pretty much it. You need a flat edge for it. But I still think it'd be a great idea. And privy marks are a good idea because they can do that irrespective of mint. That was the problem, was using West Point to make those. It really kind of cramped their room for making bullion, which, believe it or not, I learned directly from the mint that they can only run gold or silver. They can't run them both at the same time. So they have to completely reset everything when they change back and forth.
Because of the striking pressure or what?
I don't know. It's because of literal physical space on the floor.
Oh, gotcha.
On the production floor.
Yeah, something. I love the idea of
edge lettering, and I just think you could do it. Throw a vine and bars edge on it.
Yeah, you could. But anyway, I mean, yeah, it would be nothing for them to make up a few dies. They wouldn't even have to make that many dies for the cent and the nickel,
right?
To put a little privy on, because you can strike 1 million, 2 million coins with, or 1 million coins with one die. But so, anywho, but yeah, if you guys get to talk to her in Chicago, put a little bug in her ear, because it's a win-win for everybody all around. The U.S. Mint would benefit from it because they'd have more collectors buying their crap, their ornaments for whatever.
Do you realize that by now,
just don't say crap,
bicentennial year of 1976, they already had bicentennial coins out in circulation?
Yep, that's true. That is true.
Year and a half out.
And next year they would have not had any quarters and half dollars in their mint sets and stuff, with no 2025s. It would all be semi-quincentennial stuff. Yeah. Is it my turn?
Yep.
2006 P, Nebraska, struck through, dropped filling. This is a good one, you guys. From Jeff M. Good evening, all. This is the first and probably best error I will ever find. Found it in the first month of searching coins, and I've been told it's pretty rare. My questions are, do you think this is a one-of-a-kind coin? Is it truly a mirrored struck through, dropped filling? If not, is it really close? Love your show, and thanks for educating those of us new to the hobby. Well, you're welcome. I saw him in the Facebook group, and he was getting all kinds of different answers on this coin. And I said, tell them, if they tell you it's not, tell them to shut up.
There you go.
Leave that group and go to a different one. No, I didn't say that, but it definitely is. So I wouldn't call it a mirrored struck through, dropped filling. I would just call it a struck through, dropped filling, or struck through, dropped die fill, or struck through, dropped letter. It's very apparent that this is the T in trust. It's very apparent.
Wow.
And considering that the obverse is the anvil die now, I think what happened is that the die struck a planchet, and that die fill got pulled up and just folded right back over on itself onto the die. And then it got struck into the next planchet. This exact one is probably a one of a kind because it probably didn't stay on the die very long. Although it is on the anvil die, so it would stay on longer than it would on the hammer die. it may have traveled around a little bit. So you may be able to find this on other quarters. Because sometimes these die fills will move around the die before they get lost. But this is a very uncommon error and a very cool one, I might say. It's one of my favorites. I like these. Adam found
Yeah,
one.
if it was pre-strike, it would disappear under the bow, and it doesn't. It's definitely on top of it. So
Yeah, I like these. You see them a lot on quarters. It seems like the quarters seem to have a lot.
Mr. T would be proud, right, A-Dog?
a pity to fool.
It is very, very cool. So the key to diagnosing these most of the time is finding a device on the coin that it matches. There has to be something on the coin that it matches. Like you're not going to find a Q. Well, I guess you could. Quarter, if it says quarter on it. You're not going to find a Z. Because there's no
Arizona.
Z. Well, if it's on an Arizona, does it say? Yeah, it does say Arizona. You know what I mean. If it's not on the die, if it's not on the coin, if it's not a device, it won't be Elvis. And usually it's adjacent or close to the area of the device that the die fill has come out of. And remember that we do see these in God We Rust error coins. So that T gets filled is an area on these dies that gets filled a lot. So what happens with these is that letter or whatever it is gets filled with grease. And then there's all kinds of things floating around in the air of the mint. There's metal shavings, there's boogers, there's whatever. And it gets compacted in there and it gets compacted. It's really, really hard. So when it falls out, it's a pretty solid piece of die gunk, mint gunk. It's a pretty solid piece of whatever. So it's not like the regular grease we're used to seeing that's kind of viscous. It's really solid. It gets packed in there. So I do really like this one, and I like that it's like you see in water, like a reflective type thing on the T.
Shannon, I remember that. That was hilarious. That Lincoln falling out of the chair.
Lincoln falling out of the chair. Oh my gosh, that was hysterical. That was so funny.
Whatever happened to that coin? I think that should be in our greatest hits. You know,
I don't know. That was really funny. A couple coins before this would have been an In God We Rust. Yeah, exactly, Eric. Exactly. So cool. Very cool. And I appreciate you showing it. I when I saw it on the Facebook group, I said, hey, can you shoot this over to our email so we can show it and show it off for you? So thanks for sending it. And it's in great shape too. This coin's in great shape. Oh boy. Adam, you want to read this?
Yes. 1939 Henning nickel from Dale. I found this nickel while coin roll hunting a box of nickels. I believe it is a Henning nickel for the following reasons. It's a 1939. It weighs 5.29 grams. The loop in R, there is a lot of staining on the reverse, but I think it may have come from the die markers.
I think it may have some of the dot markers.
Dot markers.
It may have some of the dot markers. So
it is difficult to see very well, and it could be wishful thinking on my part. Is it a Henning nickel? What would the value of such a coin be? Any idea as to population of the coin?
Well, let's see.
So this is what he means by dot marker,
Oh, okay. Okay.
like above the.
It'd be really handy to have a book like that, wouldn't it?
Yeah, you could win
So
one on
let me
these
tell you
sales.
something. I love it that he said, so go ahead and show the coin. That's the obverse. Now pay attention to that texture too, the surface look to it. There are multiple die markers, multiple markers.
It's got the
for
loop in
Henning
the
nickel.
R. That's like one of the dead giveaways.
But that's not always present.
Not always.
Nope,
But when
there are
it
many,
is
there
there,
are
you
many.
can almost always guarantee it's a Henning.
That right there, that damage to that die, that's what that R is. It's damage that happened to that die. But there are many other markers, and it doesn't always weigh more or weigh less. Go ahead and show the other slide. So that he's showing the date. Now on the 39, there is a short 9, a blunt 9, and like a pointed 9. There's two different dies for the 39. That's the looped R in pluribus.
Yep.
So like Mike said, it's a pretty good bet if you find that. Now there are counterfeit Henning nickels.
Counterfeit of a counterfeit.
There absolutely are counterfeit Henning nickels. So you have to be careful when you find that looped R, because that you have to try to look for other die markers. Now on this one, if you go back to the obverse picture, I will show you a marker on this one. Now look at the O in God. There's like a little tail going to the G. Let me see if I can find it in here. One second.
I agree, John. Waiting for the counterfeit of the counterfeit. You know, the one thing that I'll say really jumps out at me on this coin, and you were talking about the style of the 9. If you look, the style of the 9s are different. That would not happen on a US Mint product.
I know it's in here. In his book, it shows that tail on the O, and I need to find it somewhere.
Joey, 2 wrongs don't make a right, but 3 rights do make a left.
But there are several die markers. And if I would love to see, oh, look at Adam, look at, see, or Shannon, look, does that look familiar?
Oh yeah, that looks familiar.
It almost looks ancient.
No, we had a person send Adam Shannon a coin that he couldn't figure
Kindred
out.
spirit, Shannon.
Oh,
You and me.
I'll find it. Give me a second. I probably should have put bookmarks on this. Well, anyway, I can't find it. I'm not going to spend much time. But that little tail on the O going to the G is one of them. There's several markers. If the reverse was clean on this one, you could see above cents. I think there's a marker there that I can almost see on the M of Monticello. I think I can see the little S. There's like a little S looking thing next to the M. But there are several. So that's where this book comes in handy. If you can't get this book and you don't have it, if you go to error-ref, Mike Diamond has a section about the Henning nickel on that has several of the die markers. It doesn't go into detail like Joe does, but this book is fantastic. Yeah, ICG will slab Henning nickel. Yep, they will. I don't think that I would not get this graded, Dale.
No,
I wouldn't get it graded because,
No.
I think they
And-
might details it anyway for corrosion.
yeah, I don't know if they detail a counterfeit or not, if they give it a details
Oh,
grade.
they're gonna slab it.
Yeah. So, but
Should I get it cleaned?
so Dale, are you let me ask you a question. I'm sure you got my email. Are you planning on keeping it? I'm going to, if you shoot me an email, again, shoot me another email. I will put you in touch with Joe so you can talk to him, and he'll give you more ideas about it. Okay, well, I will tell you that if you decide to sell it, we've had our viewers send us Henning nickels before, and you won't find someone that'll beat Joe's price. So obviously Joe has offered to buy this, of course. That's not a secret, I'm sure. And if it is, then he'll tell me. Sorry, Joe. But yeah, if you decide to sell it, but even if you don't, I'm sure he would not mind you reaching out to him and asking him about cleaning it up. Because he did say that he thinks that he could get it clean. So, yeah, same email address, Dale. But great find. Great find.
Yeah.
I think that the 39 is one of the tougher dates. The 53 is the most uncommon, 44 being the most common. In case you guys didn't know, these can be found on the 39, the 44, the 46, 47, and 53. Those are the 5 dates of Henning nickels. So, fantastic find. Exciting. Yeah. And do we have any more, Amanda?
Pick.
That was it.
That was it. I'm gonna set up the StreamYard giveaway tool here. And we'll get this running. Let's see. StreamYard giveaway page. You guys can talk amongst yourselves. If you guys in chat have any questions. Is my sound going weird?
Jessica, the dates are 39, 44, 46, 47, and 53.
Yeah, Papa Giorgio put it up for you.
One second. Can you guys hear me?
I can.
Okay. Oh, shoot. That's broadcast. Let me try it again. I'm having problems getting to this giveaway.
We are experiencing technical difficulties. Please stand by.
Always technical difficulties with me. One of these days I will get my internet changed and get a good internet. One of these days. We recently got Hunter broadcasting. Hunter and yeah, I think I've heard good things about them. This Charter, or is it Charter I use? I don't know who I use. Spectrum. It's crap.
All right, Shannon. Thanks. And enjoy your vacation.
Oh, Shannon, thanks for being in chat and keeping everybody straight. And we miss your face.
Does anybody know where Felty's coins went?
Felties, he's our kiddo.
He's a YN.
Amanda, can you pull that up? He is a YN.
Speaking of YN bought 2 coins from me on eBay. Somebody wanted it.
Nice. That's cool. Maybe they're getting ready to have their auction.
Maybe.
So there it is, you guys. Type in Henning. Capitalization does not matter. You don't need to put a hashtag, just Henning. Yeah, and if you're wondering what we're talking about when we say YN, that is the American Numismatic Association's youth program. And they have auctions every now and then where they auction real coins for YN. They let the kids use their YN bucks, and they can earn YN dollars through like their grades. They can send in if for like every A or whatever they get in a certain amount. There's all kinds of different ways that they can earn YN bucks. So if you have a youth or you know of one, consider getting them a YN membership to the ANA. There's all kinds of programs, all kinds of things that they do for the youth. And we need to get the youth involved in our hobby because they are our future. And if we don't get them involved, then our collections become worthless because
even
the hobby will just die.
The meant to do something to get people involved.
Yeah, that's right. I just think that if they don't do something in 2026, they are really missing an opportunity, a huge opportunity.
But think about the youth sports quarters that are coming out in 27.
Oh, crying out loud. Do you know, Mike, that they're also going to be doing a $50 program?
It doesn't surprise me.
Starting in 2027, they are doing a $50 program.
They don't circulate anyway. Might as well get people to start hoarding them.
Might as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every new one that they make,
maybe do a privy mint mark on the new sports quarters. How about that? Something like that.
Ugh.
It needs to be for the 2026. It needs to be 1 year, a special thing for the semi-quincentennial, a one and done. And I mean, if they did it, so for the W quarters, they did it 2 years, right? The first year, the second year was with the V75
printing mark, right?
Yeah. So 2019 and 2020. 2020 was with the V75 privy.
Don't let me get on my soapbox about quarters because it's like the women's quarter series only going 4 years. That is ridiculous. There's so many women that are deserving of being honored in that series, and you're going to give one up.
In my opinion, the problem wasn't the length of time. The problem was nobody knows who most of these women are. It was who they picked. They were so worried about the DEI and being inclusive and not offending anybody and all this other crap that they left so many people out that, you know, I think people would be more excited if they were recognizable.
What cures that? A longer program.
Longer program, yeah. Well, people don't like this program anyway. They were okay with it the first year, and it just fizzled.
I'll tell you what, we have a lot of enthusiasm for it in Chicago and around my shop.
Do you really?
I have energized people about them because there's a couple of really cool things about these quarters. You know, one that they're using, you know, the woman's design that they're using
Fraser,
Fraser, which actually won the design of the Washington Quarter Contest.
Yes, it did.
You know, so they're using that, and you know, I don't know. I really think that there's a lot. Oh, and S-mints.
The S-mints are the thing, but we've had S-mints since 2012.
Right.
We've had S-mint business strike quarters since 2012, and nobody knows about them.
Right. Circulation strike S-mint quarters. They're not in the mint sets. The only way you can get them is by getting a
Through the mint.
subscription to the mint for, for rolls.
The 3-roll set. The
Yep,
3-roll
3-roll
set. You have
set.
to get
That's
a
it.
3-roll set.
Which means that someday in the future, there will be, a premium paid on these estimates. I truly believe
The
that.
only reason I'm buying them. The only reason I'm buying them, Shannon and I got a subscription and I get 2 boxes. I get 2 3-roll sets every time. One for Shannon and one for myself. It's the only reason I'm buying them. But
okay, Crispy.
It would be nice if, a lot of people still don't know about the other S-Mint business strike coins, and those are lower mintage than the W quarters.
I know.
They're just not, people aren't excited about them, So.
Yeah. Indigon Demon said he's been buying the PDS sets for that very reason. I agree.
Yep. That's the only reason I didn't, and that's another thing I didn't cancel my subscription on was the PDS. I get the PDS and I get one Philly bag. I get one bag of the Philly mint just to search for errors and varieties, and then I spend them.
Yeah, I also took issue with them doing a Maria Tall Chief quarter and dollar.
And
I thought
the dollar.
It's like there are so many women that you skipped over. And
and I didn't think that we needed 7 different Harriet Tubman coins, but that's just me.
Harriet Tubman.
Yeah, they did 7 different Harriet Tubman coins. See, nobody knows.
Oh, you're talking about the commemoratives. No, you're talking about the commemoratives. I was talking about circulation strike coins. That's why I was thinking about that.
No, they did 7 different Harriet Tubman. Yeah. But most are very nice and circulated. True. The West Points got beat up. They did. And I'll never forget watching the video of the mint director with his big metal scoop, scooping into those W quarters.
That's
with
awesome.
A big metal scoop. Yeah. I'll never forget that video. Really? Okay, buddy.
Hey.
But that's also, they did become a conditional rarity. So, for the people that hoarded them and sent them in to get graded and got the 67, 68s, they're pretty valuable.
Look, I'm not taking offense to it. You can call Chicago woke all you want. It's largely Democratic city, so I can't really argue too much with it. But part of the reason why they're popular here is because there are Chicagoans on these quarters.
Yeah.
So Maria Tall Chief was a Chicagoan. Ida B. Wells, who's coming out next year, is also Chicagoan. So, that's part of the reason.
And I would not know the first thing about that. So, I don't know. Yeah. I'm not saying I don't like them. I do. I like the idea of them, and I was really excited about them when they first came out. Really excited. The Laura Garden Fraser, the obverse change, that really excited me.
And they said I think that they're going to keep that going forward.
I thought they were reverting back, but it'd be nice.
Think so. But still, kids sports, youth sports. Come on.
Gosh. I don't know.
So
probably trying to target the youth.
Yeah, Betsy Coleman was also from Chicago. Thank you.
They're trying. I think that's their idea of a way to get kids involved, and but okay, maybe it will. I hope it does. Anyway, let's give this book away, shall we? Good luck, everybody. 3, 2, 1, draw.
Shut up, Mike.
Good luck, everybody.
We're out my welcome.
Wow!
Wow, that's cool.
I have your address. Right here. I have your address. I'm showing the back so you guys can't see his address.
He's already got it
right here.
Now he's got a second one. Now he's got a third. I think he had 2 of them. Now he's got a third one.
Oh, he has one of these already? Well, he can give it away.
Signed copy going straight to eBay.
Wow. That's awesome. No, he'll pass it forward. He'll I'm sure he will. Congratulations. That's so awesome. Well, it's been a good show. I'm not sure why Matt never watches us, but you need to have a talk with that fella.
The man has children.
Well, he should be having his children watch us too. He has to let me know ahead of time, though, so I can be appropriate. Anyway, he has children. I have children, grown children. I know he's been doing a lot of boating too lately. I'm kind of jealous about that.
Monday is his day off, and I mean seriously, from the shop. Monday's his day off.
That makes sense. I'm just
they're
kidding.
closed on Mondays.
The good thing is we record it for him. It's recorded, so he can watch it back. He won't, but that's okay.
No.
We love him anyway. That jolly fella. All right, you guys. Well, Mike, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Hanging out. I love having you here.
Thank you, Amanda, for putting up with my crap, because I've been just busting on her all night. She's taking it like a trooper.
She'll take it out on me later.
Well, she's probably gonna punch me when she finally meets me. It's like, oh, Mike, yeah, there you go.
She might. She's brutal that way. I forgot to play our video. Oh well. Thanks for reminding me. Okay, well, everybody have a blessed week, and be kind, and do some coin roll hunting. And
cram session is next week, right?
Cram session is next week, so get your questions ready. We're going to be doing an ANA giveaway.
I got one. I got a coin for you guys for next week.
Nice. Send it in.
I will.
Okay. All right, you guys. Well, on that note, see you next week. Bye, everybody. Peace.